Alam niyo ho, nakakatuwa lang talaga, no? Because parang ganito ang start ng ating program. But, bibigyan niyo na po ako. Let me just say na excited ako for this afternoon's episode. Why? Because sa backstage pa lang, ang bonding namin ng aming aking mga guests are really so fun and sweet already. So, without further ado, good afternoon mga pageantry, and this is an exciting afternoon for me because we will be starting a new series on pageantry norms, which will be aligned with Miss Universe Philippines, the latest hashtag, which is hashtag Inspire You. Of course, I just added a small tweak, Inspire You and Me. So this will be the first of a series. I don't know how many parts it will last, but hopefully, up until the time when there are only 30 of them left, then sige pa rin, just before the finals on September 25. It's set to September 25 unless something really happens. Well, excuse me lang po, dami po nating shout out. Shout out! Kissy Barbs, excited. Yes. Arthur Naldo, excited to see Steffi. Oh my God, Steffi, marami na nag-hintay sa'yo. Claudine Belen, here for Ate Sam and Triple V. Yes. Ladine Noguera for Steffi. Oh my God, Zico. Hello, Zico. How are you? Good afternoon. Of course, Zico is from the camp, so obviously supporting Sam and Triple V. Mary Love Lopez for Steffi. Mau Estremos. This is RB. Clarifel Colacat for Steffi. What? Ay, look, ang bilis ng move. Chay Gonzalez. Hello. Alisa Luis Antonio for Sam. Ay, Sam nga taga pa rin niya. Mau Estremos is for Steffi. Ange Basmayor for Steffi. Kung si May Romano for cases, hindi pa po natin guess si cases. Future episode na po siya. Rocio Escanio, Luis Gale del Rosario, It's Niel L, Mary Sil Sical, Catherine Gates Kapampangan, Richie Roldan, Ping Carlson, Jan, Mama Jan, hello Mama Jan Orante, TJ Marie Rodriguez. Ang bilis mong mag-move, sa totoo lang, naluloka ako sa mga shoutouts. Hindi ko po masundan. Ang dami. Ang bilis mag-move. Linel, hi. James Floyd, James Pahati, Ian Adrian, May Romano. Ang dami po nila. Anyways, introduce na po natin. Ay, hi, Manix! Introduce na po natin every my guest this afternoon. Let's start with yon. Nabasa ko lang po, ang dami ko talaga ng mga shoutouts. Kaya, feeling ko ba, ay, naku, hindi ako pwede mag-madam in-notes naman dito. Hindi ko po kaya. Di ba? Hindi ko po kaya yun. Our first guest this afternoon is representing Cavite as an official delegate of Miss Universe Philippines. I have particular interest in this girl because of her initials. Her initials are very, very Favavoom. Yes. Friends, please help me welcome this lady. She's half Pinay, half a New Zealander, but she is all here to become a phenomenal woman from Miss Universe Philippines. Please welcome. Well, I'd go pa dyan. He just made top 50 earlier when nag-announce po. Please help me welcome Triple V, Victoria Velasquez Vincent. Hello, V.
Hello, Tito. Hello, everyone watching. Before anything else, I want to thank everyone so much for voting for me and campaigning for me so that I could get into the top 50. I am so super grateful. And I'm so grateful to be here also, Tito. It's so nice to see you on my screen.
Yes, because you've also done your guesting, some of your guestings previously, but there's a saying in pageantry: you have to guess on my show to say that you have arrived. Am I right, V, or am I right? Yes. Now you have arrived.
I'm here.
Yes. V, I'm just very curious because um, the very first time that I actually spoke with the people, with the mamas in the camp, I'm also close with the mamas in the camp,
Mm.
about you. So then I checked your IG. I go, my God, this girl, what is she up to? What is she planning to do? There's so many hints and clues everywhere. But when I saw those words, heritage conservation and what's the other thing? Is it the housing, urban
Architecture.
architecture, and
Mm-mm.
God? Then I got hooked because somebody with a unique background is always ano yan eh, conversation PC o kanyang background eh. And it's you. Your background is in heritage conservation and you're an architect. Now my question for you is this. This is very simple lang to, no? How do you bridge yourself to people who have very little interest in what you do? Oh,
Honestly,
how do you make yourself more fun about everything?
I know. Honestly, as soon as people hear heritage conservation, it's like they fall asleep instantly. They get bored straight away. But honestly, it doesn't matter for me if other people find it boring or disinteresting because I'm the one that studied it. I know how riveting it is to actually study these things and practice these things as well. And that's all that matters. It's something that I enjoy. So as long as that's the case, then it doesn't matter if anyone else falls asleep. But actually, I think
Remember,
people would be surprised
oh,
by how interesting heritage and how important heritage conservation is as well.
but remember when we were in the backstage earlier, V, I told you that there's this show on National Geographic called A
Mm-hmm.
House in Its Time about the preservation of old houses around Southeast Asia. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a show that's not for everyone because number one, it's really kind of dragging. So if you're not into it, chances are that you will not last 5 minutes and then switch channels immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I have a bit of an interest in what you actually do because my dad used to be involved in projects when it comes to um, preservation of old churches.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it's somehow related, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So well, I wasn't hooked to it, but I love traveling around the Philippines for it, of course, because if he has a project here or there, then going to those provinces, it's really fun. Now, how about you? What's so fun about your life right now, V?
What's so fun about my life? Well, first of all, I did actually just move here to the Philippines in January. So that has been an
Mm-hmm.
incredible shift in my life. Going from living in little New Zealand where it's so quiet and, my whole life was there. I'm now here where I still have family and friends, of course, but, it's still a whole new world for me. Despite, it's different traveling here every year and then actually moving here and living here. They're two completely different things. So it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, especially with the pandemic, but I've learned to make the most of it regardless.
Yeah, because I'm so impressed with New Zealand and at how they handled the COVID-19 pandemic. Um, Actually, I heard, there was one day, siguro last week or earlier this week, I heard this news that there was just one case of COVID, and the entire country is already on strict lockdown. My
Mm-hmm.
God! I was just thinking because geographically, it would be easy for New Zealand to lock down the entire country because they're
So
located
far
far
south.
south. So
Mm-hmm.
closing the closing the airports and all the entries would not be as hard as like the Philippines where you can enter from any
Mm-mm.
part of the country, But what do you miss most about New Zealand right now, V?
Honestly, my
Light
mom and
lang,
dad.
light lang. Okay, all right. So you miss your mom and dad.
Yeah,
The food, do you
they're
miss the food?
actually no. I've been eating so well since I moved here to the Philippines. I eat everything and anything, and I love the food here. It's so much better, in my opinion.
And you're not, are you vegan?
So okay, that's a funny story actually. So I'm vegan when I eat at home, But here, kasi it's really hard to eat out and socialize while being vegan. So you know the time that you posted about me for the first time, Yata, and you said that I was a vegan. That day, that exact day, earlier that day for lunch, I had like meatball pasta on my stories. So you had posted that I was a vegan. Meanwhile, I was eating these meatballs. Nakakahiya. But
You
most of the
know,
time, I
V,
am
the
vegan.
thing, the thing that made me post the vegan thing because I had a hard time finding all the V words to complete a V that would describe you aptly. Because when I put captions on posts, there has to be a story behind it. You're a VVV, so I have to look for always three words that start with V, and vegan starts with V. So there. And I think it's really hard to be a vegan if you come from New Zealand also because like I can say I can only eat lamb if I'm in New Zealand or Australia for that matter.
Mhm.
Here in Manila, you cannot make me eat lamb because I have to make sure I know who prepared it. Because if I'm not sure with how it was prepared, then I'm not ready to eat lamb here. But I love Aussie guys and Kiwi guys. I You know who's my latest crush, V?
You know,
The fiance of the Prime Minister of New Zealand. Do you know
bakit?
him? Do you know him?
Yeah. What's
See
his name?
Clark
Clark?
Gayford. Clark Gayford. I
Yeah.
love I love spear fishermen.
Oh,
I love
wow.
men
Yeah.
who do spear fishing.
So it's more about his hobbies, not his appearance.
His
Okay.
love affair with fishes.
Uh,
I love a man like that who does it for a living and yeah, and he's not at all uneasy with being called um, the man of the prime minister or something
mm-mm,
like that.
mm-mm.
Yeah, actually, he's good looking, man. It's just that I love that he's a spear fisherman. Okay, I'll just introduce our other guests before we go discussing
Fishing.
about spear fishing. Before we go into group discussion,
Talking
our
about your
second is
crushes now.
yes, our second guest this afternoon actually comes from the one of the provinces in the Philippines that I love, and if not for the pandemic, I would have already visited it twice this year. Misamis Oriental, of course. Hindi man mahal naman ko Misamis Oriental. And this girl is no different from that. She was Miss Guyamis 2019. Oh, 2020 rather. Yeah, 2020. No, 2019. 2019 because 2020 was Isobel and then Dana. Okay. Friends, let's welcome Miss Universe Philippines representing Misamis Oriental, Chella Grace Falconer. Ang ganda naman ng top 15 kuhang yan. Nakakaloka. Hello, Chella.
Hi! Hi, Tito Norman! May hapon sa inyong tanan.
Yes, Chella, please greet your fellow Misamis nun first.
Thank you everyone who supported me. They just posted the top 50 and I'm a part of it. I'm so overwhelmed. Daghang salamat sa inyong suporta, mga misamis nun.
O,
Gigugma
hindi
mo
ba?
kayo.
O, di ba? We're all happy this afternoon because lahat ng guests ko po made top 50. I was being joked around by my colleagues na, are you sure? Lahat ng guests mo papasok sa top 50. Sabi ko, oo naman. Sabi ko, confident ako. Papasok sila ng top 50. So, here you are.
Thank you,
And,
Tito Norman, for having me here. Thank you
ano
for
ba?
trusting na mapakuha talaga ako sa top 50.
Oo. Ang tanong ko, kasi alam mo, pag nagsasabi na ng mga COVID-19 updates ngayon, palagang kasama ang Misamis Oriental, ang Cagayan de Oro. Kumusta na ba kayo dyan sa Miss Or, Chel?
Oh, we're under MACQ right now, but we're doing good naman, Tito Norman. I hopefully we will be in GCQ already so that it will be back to normal. Hopefully, I'm really hoping everything will be okay in God's perfect time, di ba? Crossing our fingers. Basta follow
Yes.
the protocols lang talaga.
Totoo. And ako
The last
kasi,
time I
Chel,
saw you, Tito Norman, was an event here in Misamis Oriental, right?
oo naman. Palagi naman gano'n. Sabi ko, dyan lang tayo nagkikita. Nakakaloka, no? Nami-miss ko na talaga ang Miss Or, Chela. Dapat nakadalawang
Oo.
trip na ako dyan this year. Pero Well, tingnan natin kung ano ang kung anong
Punta ka ulit
mangyayari.
soon after this.
I have to. I have to visit there the soonest possible time. Basta pwede na talagang bumiyahe and everything. And siyempre, alam mo namang welcome na welcome ako palagi dyan. Kaya masaya ako pupunta ako sa
Yes.
Misamis
Favorite ka
Oriental.
talaga
Oo.
ni Attorney Jam.
Oo. At saka alam mo naman, siyempre, may special someone din naman dyan or
Hoy,
somewhere.
sino?
Ay, nako, ano ba? Tsaka mo na
Sabihin mo na, Tito
malalaman.
Norman.
Ay, saka mo na malalaman kasi kinakailangan niya mag-tricycle papunta sa Centrio o kaya sa SM.
Ala!
Ay, ano ba?
Serious ka, ha?
Nakakaloka ka talaga, Chella. Ibang klase. Nadala mo ako bigla doon sa parteng yun. Ano?
Sige pa, more
Oo.
clues pa.
Ay, nako, ano tama na yun. Diyos ko, dahil pag yung next clue ko, malalaman mo na kung sino. Nakakaloka. But anyways,
Anyway,
Chell.
super red ako ngayon, Tito Norman, because we had our shoot yesterday and I was in the beach, so parang natan yata.
Oo, kaya nga sabi ng mga viewers, ano po, ay, may pa-cleavage po si Misamis Oriental. Sabi ko, well, sanay nakako ko dyan. Dahil, wow, na-conscious siya tuloy. Na-conscious
Kaya
tuloy.
sige, ganyan ko na lang.
Huwag na, pabayaan mo na lang. Kumbaga, it's nothing, really. Shell, I'll just introduce our two other guests before we start our group
Yes,
discussion.
Tito.
Our
Thank
third guest
you.
this afternoon, yes, dear. She is representing the same city where I am residing in. And the first time we met actually was during the time when she took part in Binbining Paranaque. 2019. Oh. Pero actually, hindi natapos yung pageant noon because nga of the pandemic. So, um, I don't know kung ano na nangyari sa results ng Binbining Paranaque yun. Pero, aside from that fact, um, I know that this girl comes from a very good family. Her aunt is one of the top models decades ago. Of course, syempre, yung mga millennials, mga Gen Z, you wouldn't know Crispy Santamaria anymore. Yung lola niya was a very world-renowned classical concert pianist, uh, the Ingrid Sala Santamaria. Of course, syempre, pahabol kong pangatlo. Her dad was a very famous PBA cager for Pure Foods before. Ng gwapo-gwapo. Joey Santa Maria. Yun lang po. Before I introduce to you, ano yung unay identity si Maria Ingrid Teresita Santa Maria. Let me repeat that. Maria Ingrid Teresita ano nga yun? Palangka Santa Maria. Ayan, complete ha. Representing Paranaque City. Sam Santa Maria. Hello, Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi,
How
Tito
are you?
Norman. It's
Oh
so
my
nice
God.
here.
How what can you say about my introduction? Complete yun. Alam
You
mo,
said.
anyone younger will not have as much knowledge or connection to your family history actually because you know I'm not exactly spring chicken, so I've been there, done that. So I know that your Lola is she's a concert pianist. Your uh, your tita Crispy is a very famous model with Pitoy Moreno, and your guapo dad is a famous basketball player, Joey Santa Maria. Oh, di ba totoo naman, Sam?
Yes, all those things are true, Tito Norman. You did your research.
Yeah. No, well, I don't really needed to do research anymore because when you were born somewhere during the same time that most of them were born, you kind of know already. Like the last time I watched basketball, PBA, it was a game of pure foods. What team was your dad then?
I think he was in Pure Foods, and he was
Oh
also in
yes,
Oriental, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, but it was in pure foods that I got to watch games of BBA, and your tita, model siya, your mom, um, your mom, your tita pala, your lola, kapangalan mo rin siya. Ingrid
Yeah.
Sala Santa Maria. O, di ba? Now, Sam, I'm just curious, no? A lot of people are saying na ah yung nagbinibining Paranaque ka before. Ano ba nangyari doon? What happened to that binibining Paranaque?
Tito Norman, actually, it never happened na. The COVID situation, we were supposed to have it in February 2020, and it got pushed to March, and COVID just ate the whole pageant. So nobody won. There was no pageant. It never happened.
FYI po, mga viewers natin who are not from Paranaque, Sam actually represented Merville and Binibining Paranaque. Doon ko po siya na-meet for the first time. Pero if you can only see her then and then see her now, oh my God, the transformation is just amazing. Just look at her shoulders. They're so shiny shoulders. Ah, nakakatawa. Ang ganda-ganda niya ngayon. And um, yung, if you remember po, yung kanyang, what do you call this, yung runway challenge video niya, oo, siyempre, yung mga mamas sa The Cup, sinabihan na ako, ay naku po, naiyak kami after nung shoot na yan. Sabi, hirap na hirap kami din sa shoot na yan. Sabi ko, ay oo nga, sabi ko, para bang it's like a clip from the movie Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock, where after she was transformed, then she had to exit this. She was transformed inside the ano, yung parang airport terminal or something, parang cargo terminal. And then when she walked out of it, parang nag-runway, parang, ay, ayan na si Sam Santamaria. Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. Pagdating sa pageantry, it's like you're fish out of the water,
Definitely,
right?
I would say that. I came straight out of left field. This is not really something that I was planning on doing, but I was presented with the opportunity, and it's funny. It really finds me every time. I always just get presented with the opportunity. So I'm really excited to be here, and everything is so new to me, and I've just been really enjoying the journey so far.
Yes. Well, of course, um, it helps that you're tall. Siyempre, if you're tall, people notice you easily. It also helps that you're very Pinay looking. As in, nakita mo po siya, Pinay looking talaga itong si Sam. And she has a nice personality. At first, some people would say that she looks suplada. Pero no, she's not. Kumbaga parang iniisip lang because nga she's tall, she looks like standing on a pedestal, but she's not. She's just as kikay as anyone else. So ano po siya? Um, tama ba ako, Sam? You're very
Yes,
down to earth.
I would say that I'm very down to earth. My parents raised me to be somebody who just is always humble about everything. And I truly carry with that with me till today.
Do you play basketball?
I did in high school. I was a varsity player. And my
Uh-huh.
dad is so cute. My dad would watch all of my games. Even if I wasn't the best, he just always supported me all the way. And that was like one of the best
Yeah.
things.
Sam, your dad is just not cute. He's handsome. Uh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure I will be mentioning him every so often because if he does drop by and watch this interview and then he hears, I hear my name being called? Yes, sir, Mr. Joey Santa Maria. I was a fan of you when you were still with Purefoods before, yes. Oh, the Purefoods then had all the pinakagwapo na players back then. Hindi, pahabol ko lang. Ah, nakakaloka ka na, di ba?
Man.
Yes. Matutuwa siya pag sumilip siya ng interview or watch this on replay. Okay, Sam, I'll just introduce our final guest this afternoon before we go into group discussion because our group discussions are kind of long. So let me just introduce our fourth and final guest before we start our group discussion. My last guest for this afternoon is someone a lot of people are really eagerly anticipating. This is her first um, online guesting um, related to Miss Universe Philippines and pasabog po ito during the runway video challenge when she actually released a video um, filmed and still, well, hindi pa completed na Cebu Cordova Expressway or the bridge in Cebu. At talaga namang it got viral. A lot of memes were made about it. And, well, hindi na ako na-surprise na number one siya sa runway video challenge, the boats. So friends, let's welcome. Let's give a warm welcome to Cebu Province's representative in Miss Universe Philippines, Steffi Rose Aberasturi. Hello, Steffi.
Hi, maayong hapon. Hi, sir. Hi, Tito. How are you?
I'm always good. I'm so much better now with you
Wow, that's
around.
good to hear.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
really excited. This is my first interview.
Steffi,
I want to be the
oh,
first one.
yes. Steffi, give a big shout out
Yes,
naman to your
Tito.
fellow Cebuanos.
Yeah, so hi everyone, maayong hapon. I'm just really overwhelmed from all the love and support that you're giving me. So, daghang salamat. And we made it to top 50. Yay! So,
Alam
thank
mo,
you so much.
Steffi, naluloka ako. I usually read all the shout outs, but um, the the reader keeps on moving upwards so fast. I couldn't follow anymore. It's all about Steffi, 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 Steffi. Oh my God,
Kasi first interview ko, Tito. So,
don't worry po.
baka dahil sa first
Nagigets
interview.
ko po. Nagigets ko na po ang messages sa akin. Talagang mahal na mahal niyo si Steffi. Ako naman ko si Steffi because
Thank you.
we go more or less a good way back din naman because I very distinctly
Yes.
remember um the last time we saw each other was actually during yung Binibining Cebu pa because I was fortunately one of
Mm-mm.
the judges during the preliminaries of her year in Binibining Cebu.
Mm-mm.
Ah,
Mm-mm.
tanda ko pa noon, Steffi, kasama ko pang mag-judge noon, si Richard Yap, si Sir Chief ng Please Be Careful with My Heart. So,
Mm-mm.
very
I
memorable
think
sa
you
akin pong
judge our
judge nila.
swimsuit competition, Tito. I think you judge our
Oo,
swimsuit competition.
yes, the one
I hope
that
you
was
gave me a good
held.
score.
Ito lang, did you win? Did you win?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, you must have been given a good score. Nakakaloka lang. Tinanong pa ako, did I give her a good score? I remember
Thank
that
you.
it was held at the Mandani. Well,
Yeah, that
wala
was
na
in
yung,
Mandani Bay.
but
Mm-mm.
that place, wala na siya ngayon because I think a building has already been erected in that
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
in that part. But you know what I really, really liked about my trip then to Cebu,
Oh, what was
Steffi?
it? Is it like the
Is
food?
well, given a food because I always bring home so many chorizo de Cebu so every time I go back and the
Okay.
lechon de Cebu from Mangricos.
Yes,
But it was
lechon.
we stayed at Bay Hotel at the time Bay Hotel, which was very near
Mm-mm.
Mandani. Kasi nga sa Mandawi lang yon.
Yes, that's
Ang
right. That's
galing,
right.
bagong-bago yung hotel. Ang sarap-sarap pag-stay pag bagong-bago yung hotel. My God, yung buffet nila doon had around 25 stations. You can you
Mm-mm-mm.
imagine how I enjoy pag mga 25 ang
Oh, that's
stations
really
sa
nice. You should
buffet.
come back here in Cebu.
I should. I should. Kasi nga, sabi nila, ay, baka naman mamaya you have a special someone in Cebu. Because I have many special someones in Cebu. And fortunately, all of them are girls. Sabi ko, puro mga girls yung
Ah.
ngayon. Either girls or gays. Ngayon, girls and gays. Pero, mga straight guys, ay, siguro, may isa, dalawa, pero I'm not sure. I can only remember the girls and the gays. But, pero
You should come
Steffi,
back if
ito,
I'll give you a
I
tour here.
should. Yes. Pag gusto ko pag tinur mo, kunyari mag-vlog tayo habang nagtutour.
Yes, of
Oo.
course.
Yun. Ang tanong ko lang sa iyo na, for starters, Steffi,
Mm-mm.
nung ginawa niyo ba yung, my God, yung expressway walk na yun? Expressway walk nga ba
Uh-oh.
tawag doon? O bridge walk? Or,
I don't like some
oh,
people are calling it like step unbeatable walk. I don't know. I'm not sure.
oo, kasi alam mo, naalala ko, nag-usap kasi Voltaire of Miss Universe Philippines organization is also a
Mm-mm-mm.
friend of mine. And he said that there's another bridge that will be built somewhere. I don't know if it's in Cebu. And then An
Mm-mm.
LRT will be built over there, and then he will also do the walk that you did, and he will call it his
Mm.
LRT walk. Sabi ko, oh my
LRT
God, sabi
walk.
ko. But when you did that, how
Mm-mm.
long, how many hours did the actual shoot take?
Actually, we finished like around 3 hours of shooting just to get the perfect walk and get like a perfect scenery for the bridge. So
But
it
you
was like it
started
was a little
it
bit
when,
struggle. We started
oh,
like around 3 a.m. because we wanted to have like a sunrise shoot,
sunrise.
but it was hard, yes. But it was a little bit struggle. So we arrived like around 5:30 or 6 already, so we weren't able to capture it. But it was really fun. The wind was really blowing strongly, and my heels broke during that time when I walked. Because imagine 3 hours of walking. Can you? It was a really long walk for me, but it was all worth it. So yeah.
Sabi nga nila, Steffi, if only your heels can cry, or your heels will cry after the
Kawawa
finish
naman
of
yung
the shoot.
heels ko.
Yeah, kasi because you were
Totally.
not walking on smooth, ano, it was pavement
That's
talaga,
right. That's right.
cemented road siya.
Mm-mm.
So every step that you
Mm-mm.
make, the heels would get scratched talaga sa sole
That's
talaga. No?
right.
So,
That's right.
magagamit
It
mo
was
pa ba
really
yung heels
hard
na
and
yon?
challenging.
Yeah,
I
can you
hope
still
so.
use
I'll try
them?
to fix it. But good thing I bought like another heels during that time. So
So in short, dalawang heels ang sinira mo nung shoot na yon.
isa lang naman. Isa lang naman.
Oo. Um,
Pero grabe, it was really fun.
let's just refresh the minds of our viewers. When you say kasi
Mm-mm.
Aberasturi, there's so many beautiful Aberasturis in
Mm-mm.
Cebu. So there's you, Steffi, there's
Mm-mm.
your
Mm-mm.
sister, Crystal
Mm.
ba? Crystal?
Yes, that's
Is there
Crystal. I think you
is
met
there
my sister before.
oo,
She
for Miss
joined Miss
Philippines,
Earth.
yeah.
Yes, that's Mrs.
Is
Earth.
there another Aberasturi na pinsan or
I have I
nag-iikot?
have some relatives here in Cebu. But I haven't met them. Some of them, others are in like in Spain or in other countries or other places.
Are they as pretty as you?
Ano po?
Are they as pretty as you? Are they as
Probably.
beautiful as you?
For sure, for sure.
All
Dapat
right.
same as ganda sa inyo. Oh, by the way,
That's
Tito, I'm just really
yes.
excited because you invited me here. I just want to mention, since you're asking about relatives, Sam of Paranaque is my newly discovered cousin.
Oh
That's why
my
I'm so excited when you mentioned
word.
that we will be part of the same interview today. Yes.
How are you related? Tell me. Tell
From
me.
my dad's side. Sam is Sala. I think the middle name
Yes, yes,
of
yes,
Sam is
Sala.
Sala. Yes. My dad is also like Sala also. Like from my dad's side. I
So
didn't
there's a
know about that.
relation.
Like I only knew about it when my dad saw the introduction video of Sam when she showed like her grandmother or his father or the father of Sam.
Well, in the Sala side, you can immediately detect with her grandmother because her
Mm-mm.
grandmother then was popularly known as Ingrid Sala Santamaria. So the Sala is prominent.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But when her
Mm-mm.
dad was a PBA player, it was more Joey Santamaria. Or her
Oh.
aunt pala, Crispy Sala. Oh,
No, I'm just really
nakakatuwa, no?
excited that Sam is here, right? Like newly discovered cousin. Like
Yes!
maybe like beauty queens really run her blood.
Nakakatuwa. No, beauty queens run in the blood whenever you guess on pageantry
Yes,
norms. Yes.
yes.
Sabi ko nga kanina kay Triple V, when you guess on pageantry norms, you have
Mm-mm.
arrived, Steffi. You have arrived. Direct will
Wow.
go to our group discussion now. So let's return our three other ladies, Triple V, Chella, and Sam. So we can start with our group discussion now. Of course, our group discussion, we need to start with something fun first. Something fun. Ay, my God, Sam, related pala kayo ni
Yeah,
Hi,
Steffi. May
cousin.
relation
Finally
pala.
to see you.
so cute.
Okay, ladies, this is our first part. We'll focus on the fun things. Tell me one fun fact about yourself. Something that very few people know, but there's a little twist because I will add a question to that. after. So very quickly now, one by one, let's start with you, uh, Triple V. Fun fact.
Fun fact. Okay, so this may be my first pageant, but when I was a baby, I actually won the cutest baby in a cutest baby competition. I came number one. So if that's
Really?
any sort of foreshadowing of what's to come, we'll see.
Well, that's a very, very long foreshadowing because
25
many
years in the
things,
making.
many, many years and love affairs have passed since then. VVV. Chella, fun fact.
Well, can I say two or just one?
Sure, sige lang. If it
I
involves your
love
love life, sige, go.
I love studying the stars. I'm a lover of astronomy, and also I used to get until now actually I get seashells from the beach. Like it's called manginhas in our language, and I get crabs and cook them. Like get
Crabs?
it,
You
pick them, yeah, crabs. Like sometimes
and
they would
how
bite
do you,
me and my hands would bleed, but I don't care.
I saw you're masochist, no? Oh, you
Hindi
allow
naman,
crabs to
hindi naman.
bite you, no? No,
No,
parang
they bite you
ganoon.
because you're trying to get them, and that's their defense mechanism so
You
that you
know,
can get them.
they
Yeah.
bite you because you have fair skin, and they say, and then say, "Oh, let's bite her so that we put a scar on her hand
Yes,
because she's so
I have
pretty."
so many scars on my hand from getting crabs when I was younger because they used to like bite me a whole lot because I used to not know how to catch them until later on I memorized how I would like hold their back and then I would get them because their claws cannot get me when I hold their back first. I used to get
Basta
them
ko,
off the
Steffi,
front.
all I can say is I'd rather get scars from crabs than from anything else
Oh,
because yeah, scars from love affairs are harder to erase.
yes.
Like that.
Physical pain is more bearable than emotional pain. Char.
Yes. Sam, fun fact, Sam.
Um, People don't really know that I'm actually an extroverted introvert. I consider myself as somebody who is always quiet, somebody who enjoys her time at home. But when I'm out, I'm with my friends. I enjoy adventure. I enjoy roller coaster rides. I love surfing. I like trying new things with everyone, and
So
that's
have you also tried actually finding what your personality profile is? Because like I studied psychology, and there's such a thing as there are four letters representing certain personalities, and like if you're so hung up with the personalities, extroverted, extrovert, na introvert pa. My God, you combine
Ambivert.
the two. Oh my
ambivert.
God,
Yeah,
what will
ambivert.
that? What kind of love affairs? Oh my God, here we go with love again. What kind of love affairs will you end up doing having? No? That's fun. Steffi, fun fact, Steffi.
Okay, fun fact about me, like despite all those fierceness that I post on my social media, I'm a quirky person. I giggle a lot. So usually when I talk to someone, I usually end my conversation with a giggle. I don't know why. Maybe some people find it like peculiar or weird or cute. But usually I just end my conversation with a giggle. So I think that's
I think
one thing about me. Mm-oh.
yeah, I think people always see you as a beauty queen every time. So when you
Mm-mm.
make
Yes,
those
yes.
giggles, they would say, "Oh, she also giggles like us. So she's a mortal like us." Okay,
Because
this is
usually,
our
okay, go.
we have our you have something to say, pa Steph? You have something to
I know,
add,
it's okay,
pa?
Tito. That's okay,
Okay.
Tito.
Here's the fun twist. Just as a little twist lang, related to Miss Universe Philippines. You know that Miss Universe this year will be held in Eilat, Israel, come December.
Mm.
And which means that if you win Miss Universe Philippines, you will be going to Eilat, Israel. Eilat, Israel is famous for its
Uy.
tax-free shopping. So if
Mm-mm.
you do win the title and you go to Eilat, Israel, What will you be interested to buy there and bring home to the Philippines? A branded
Hmm.
luxury item, or B, an expensive souvenir? Let's start with you, V.
I would have to go with an expensive souvenir. So one thing, another weird thing about me is actually I love collecting keychains. So everywhere I travel to, whether it's overseas or whether it's an island or a province in the Philippines, I always make sure to get a keychain from that particular place. And I have a drawer full of keychains, basically. So if I were to go to Israel, I would come home with the most expensive keychain.
Wow. I wonder how expensive that keychain will be. But how about you, Chell?
I would go for expensive souvenir because I don't really like luxury items that much. Like I don't have luxury bags or anything, and I really want to remember something. I want to remember the place, the people, and that would be whenever I buy a souvenir. Like what she said, keychains. For me, I like to buy those things with pictures or like handcrafted items. I really love those things because it reminds me so much of the culture of that place. And whenever I come home, I always look at it to remember everything that I've done in that particular place.
Wait, girls, remember how when I placed luxury items in the question, it only means that, kasi when you say tax-free shopping, it means that you cannot buy it che- cheaper anywhere else. Kasi ganun pag
Wow.
tax-free shopping eh. Kung talagang pinakamura na doon because walang tax and it's cheaper. Sam, how about you?
My family and I always love to travel, and every time we travel, we like to buy shirts of the place. So I would definitely end up buying the souvenirs, but the reason that they are expensive is because we have to buy so many for all of our cousins. So, souvenir.
Oh, mga lusot mo talaga. Ingrid Hala, Teresita Santamaria. No, nakakaloka. Steffi,
Okay, maybe I have to choose a branded luxury items. Why? Because me, as a queen Dara, I would really love to travel to different countries and buy clothes or stuff, expensive stuff there, and resell it here in the Philippines. So that is something I want to bring here in the Philippines as a queen Dara.
sabi ko na nga, be. Oh, I was already expecting you to say that.
You're
Oo.
already expecting me to answer that, like
Yes,
resell
because of the
the queen Dara.
Quindera angle. All right.
Yes.
So we start with our serious questions now. When I say serious, it doesn't mean naman na serious as in you get too emotional about it. I want you to have fun and become witty as well. So the first question is only for Steffi, Sam, and V. Because for the
Okay.
first round, there's a question meant for you lang talaga, Chella. All right. For the question for Steffi, Sam, and V is this. What made you finally decide to go for MUP with only one title at stake over the other national pageants in the country with two, three, or more titles being offered?
Okay.
Right? We'll start with you, Sam.
Okay.
Well, pageantry wasn't always in my line of vision, but for some reason, it always finds its way to me. I was asked to represent my barangay for a local pageant that never happened. And now, when I was presented with this opportunity to become a candidate for Miss Universe Philippines, I had to ask myself really the question, if not now, then when, diba? So from that, I've just decided this is my leap of faith. It wasn't really about what pageant I should join. It was about using whatever opportunity that was presented to me to be able to serve for a greater purpose.
Alam mo, Sam, taga Paranaque ka talaga. Oo, because we think alike. Oo nga. Kaya taga Paranaque. Pag mga taga Paranaque daw, they think alike. Steffi, you next.
Okay. Oh, why Miss Universe Philippines? Because ever since I was young, like my parents and I, we really love watching Miss Universe, especially Pia Catriona winning the titles. I always pictured myself being in their shoes, and finally, I'm here, joining Miss Universe Philippines, giving me the opportunity to take one step closer to my dreams and for me to take a quantum leap towards my dreams and make my parents proud. And Tito, I think I have waited for the perfect right time to finally serve my purpose, and I do believe that now is the time for me.
Oo, alam mo, Steffi, inip na kami talaga. We've waited for so long for you to do a national pageant. V, how about you?
For me, Tito, I studied at university for 6 years. That was a huge sacrifice of my life. And, I have an entire professional career outside of pageantry. And so I have no plans of doing this more than once. So I guess for me, it's really just a sort of go big or don't do it at all sort of situation. And I know that Miss
Yes.
Universe Philippines, you have the opportunity to make such a huge impact. And so for me, I
Yeah.
really wanted to take that opportunity and make the most of it.
Yes, V. Well said, like a true heritage conservationist. Yes. Chella, this question is just for you, Chella. Are you
Okay.
ready, Chella?
I was born ready. Charla.
Ay! Misamis Oriental is going full blast with its participation in the Big Four national pageants of the Philippines. You personally, are you living it all to destiny or are you dead serious in claiming victory, Chala?
Well, Tito Norman, I do believe in destiny, but what I believe in more is that our actions are what lead us to our destiny. How we think, how what we do in order to achieve our goals, the steps that we take in order, because destiny will not happen if we do not take actions. Our dreams will not happen if we do not take actions. And I believe that I am very determined to claim this victory for my province, Misamis Oriental, because they deserve it so much, and I believe I deserve it too, because I've gone through so many pageants already, and I think that right now I am beyond ready.
My God, considering the kind of support that the government or the local
Yes.
government of Misamis
From
Oriental,
Governor Bambi Imano. Thank you so
ano
much,
yan,
Gov.
Misamis
You have changed my
Oriental
life.
is nakakainggi. Alam mo, if I were a pageant aspirant, I would live in your province because the support of the LGU is just
Yes, everything.
nakakaloka.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
From the shoots and everything, you will not worry about anything because they will handle everything for you. And all I have to do is just
exactly.
represent them, which gives me more courage, which gives me more confidence to represent my province well.
Represent and win.
Yes.
Oh, yun. This is a question for Sam and V. This is very serious, actually. And actually, backgrounder with this question. In my blog at normanorman.com, people are saying that my readers are always, well, they belong to the mga intellectuals now. But I don't want to look at it that way. It's just that they look at things um, from more difficult standpoints. So get ready for this question, Sam and V. It's kind of long, but I think si Direct already typed it so that we will just flash it on the screen. Pageant candidates tend to be looked at by some as unrealistic beauty stereotypes or beautiful ladies whose physical features and advantages precede their deeper causes for the good of many. How can you marry the two insights? Okay, V, you first. Because
Tito,
yeah,
I like to think that I am sort of living proof of someone who is already marrying these two insights, especially because my supposed good looks don't necessarily precede my want to do good for other people, especially because like I said, I studied for 6 years. I studied architecture and I have a purpose with that degree. And that's coming before I decided to join pageants. So I don't necessarily think that my beauty precedes my intellectual ability or my ability to help other people. And I think, like I said, I'm living proof of someone who's combining my education and my opportunities with this incredible platform of being a beautiful woman and inspiring people through your capabilities and I guess the way that you look as well. And so yeah, I don't necessarily think that's a fair thing to say that that beauty precedes everything else, because that's not true, especially not in my case.
spoken like a true New
Heritage
Zealander and
conservationist.
heritage conservationist. Spoken like spoken in the spirit of Clark Gayford talaga. Ano. Sam,
Tita Norman, I do acknowledge that there are some unspoken standards for beauty. And, although some girls may fit into those stereotypes, it doesn't mean that they don't have insecurities. And really, what brings us to overcome those insecurities is our purpose in life. And I think that fighting for a cause that is bigger than you allows you to use your advantages through platforms like this, through pageantry. Use our so called advantage to be able to use our voice to speak about the things that we are passionate about. And that, I think, is the true meaning of using your beauty for the better.
Siguro there's really a reason why I chose the four of you to be my first guests for this series. Kasi love na love ko kayong apat. Kumbaga, ang gaan-gaan. It's ang gaan-gaan. Ang
Oh.
gaan-gaan. Kumbaga. All right, Steffi. This question is
Yes,
especially for
Tito.
you lang. And, just a
Okay.
backgrounder, my inspiration for
Mm-mm.
this question was the video you just recently released about promote Steffi
Mm-mm.
X, the Steffi X video
Ah, Steffi Act.
about
Okay.
did you hear the thunder rolling on top of
Yeah, it's so
there's a, there
loud.
my god and thunder. I hope it's a guy. Yeah, anyway. Okay, the question is this, Steffi. Cebu has a strong pride of province among all the
Mm-mm.
key regions in the country.
Mm-mm.
Direct yung question na yan, flash natin. Cebu has a strong pride of
Cebu.
province among all the key regions in the country. How can you encourage the
Mm-mm.
young generation of Cebuanos to continue raising the regional identity? My God, the thunder. I hope lalaki ka, ha? Anyway. Go, go. Go, Steffi.
Okay. Okay. What I love about Cebuanos, Tito, is that we are very flexible people. We tend to adapt on different culture, but we never forget to look back where we came from. And we Cebuanos, we are tagged as provincianas, provincianos, like from other places. But that is one of the things I'm proud of being a Cebuano because just to different environment people, to provincianas, or to the province, or to the city life. And that is something I want to share or tell to the Cebuanos people that what we have here, this amazing language we have, this bombastic culture, it's something that we should embrace and be proud of as a Cebuano, right? And
Okay.
plus, having this beauty here in Cebu, it's something we should cherish. And it gives us like a sense of identity that no one can take this away from us.
Okay,
So
thank
yes,
you
that's
so
it.
much for your thank you for your answer, Steffi. Now, this last question for the serious round, all of you will answer it, but Chella will be the first one to answer it. Kasi
Okay.
it's like a
Okay.
carousel. Umiikot tayo.
Carousel.
Yeah. So all of you will answer this question. The question is this: how can you inspire young girls to make their physical appearance a source of confidence and not anxiety? This question is courtesy of my readers and expat in Africa, Discord, and I just want to acknowledge him for sending in this question. Let me repeat it. How can you inspire young girls to make their physical appearance a source of confidence and not anxiety? Shella, you're up first.
Mm-mm.
You know what, Tito Norman? This physical standards, it has become a very controversial thing in the Philippines, especially in today's generation, because a lot of young girls compare themselves to other girls, and that they would think that their physical appearance is something that isn't worth it. And I actually wrote a spoken poetry about it, that we are always worth it, that no matter, because my standards of beauty is not just the physical aspects of a woman, but it is the heart and soul hidden underneath which most eyes can't see. I would tell them is now eventually I also have gone through this in my life, and I would always look into the mirror and I will say that I'm beautiful and I am worth it, and the only key is to accept yourself. There is no one who can tell you that you can be beautiful and feel like you are beautiful if you do not feel it within yourself. Like validation should come from you, it shouldn't come from anyone else, because that is the only thing that matters, that you perceive yourself as someone beautiful, because if not, then no one can tell you otherwise. So for me, beauty should be within you. You should see yourself as beautiful, and you should never never compare yourself towards other women because you are also unique. You're beautiful in any way, and you are beautiful beyond measure.
Thank you, Chella. Do you hear the thunder in my?
I
Can you
do.
hear the thunder?
they
Yeah.
they say count
Lakas.
her
No,
head, and you'll
it's
see what
no.
measure he has.
He's a 6 footer guy. He's a 6 footer guy. I just saw him and his yeah. He looks like Thor. All right, Sam. What's your
Galit.
answer to this
Ito, galit.
question?
Should I go? It's so loud here also. One thing I think young girls need to understand is that it's normal for bodies to change. Body image is something I have struggled with constantly, and people are always telling me I'm too dark, I'm too tall, I'm too curly, and sometimes those things do affect the way that I see myself. But I've realized that nobody is always perfect. There's not girl who is always going to be perfect. And instead of trying to fit yourself into a standard, I think that young girls today should shift their mindset and celebrate what their bodies can do for them. And, at the end of the day,
Thank you so much. Alam mo, Sam, yung casting video challenge, the video, my God, the thunders, tatlong
I'm
lalaki
really
na yung dumating.
scared.
The casting video challenge. Oh, we're both in Paranaque, Sam, so you must
Yeah,
hear the thunder.
it's
Yeah.
really loud.
Pero yung casting video challenge mo, I shortlisted it kasi sabi ko, you're just so cute there because I would when I chose my shortlist for the casting video challenge, I had to go into casting director mode kasi sabi ko, will I cast her for my next commercial? Sabi ko gano'n, sabi ko, because ang cute-cute mo doon, like whenever you would go sideways and then you would ay, ang cute-cute niya. She looks like she's ready for a close-up commercial.
Tito
All right.
Norman, it's funny. I used to be rejected from VTRs all the time when I was young. I guess that was my practice for the casting.
See? Look, oh.
Oh my.
So exciting,
Oh
right?
my.
Okay,
That's really.
Steffi, what's your answer to the question,
Okay.
Steffi?
Okay. Grabe lakas, no? So what I would like to say to young girls that even in beauty there is no imperfections for me. And I understand that we have our own insecurities in life, but we have to find the true beauty in you. We just have to possibly acknowledge it, and at the same time dig the true beauty in you and your confidence from there. And let not be your physical aspect or your characteristics or your physique to define your beauty or who you really are, because true beauty is what's really within, right? And it should not be your defying gravity.
Thank you so much, Steffi. I'm muting myself in between because the thunders are so strong. V, your turn to answer.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I have like an extreme phobia of thunder, and I can only hear it through you guys. It must only be in Paranaque at the moment. Thank goodness it's not in PGC. I'd be probably crying. For me, I think it's really important to understand that it's not just about telling young girls or young women. It's not about verbally trying to inspire them, but actually just setting an example yourself. So, for example, if you go through my social media, you're not going to find photo shoot after photo shoot after photo shoot. For me, I post old photos where I might not necessarily look that good. I post a lot of photos with no makeup on. And I think it's really important to really push to show that you don't have to look perfect all the time. And not everyone looks the same way as they do in these beautiful, retouched photo shoot photos. And I think that's the most important thing, just to set a good example for young women and young girls out there and show them that, not everyone's perfect, and, you don't have to be, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and that's all that matters.
Thank you so much, V. I tried to mute myself when those thunders are rolling in because I don't want you to hear
So don't
them.
cry.
Yes. So we're done with that serious round. We're now in our third round. These are pageant questions. Not all of you will answer all the questions. I will just choose who will answer this question.
Okay.
Okay? So V, since you answered last in the last round, you'll be the first one to answer. The first question is, When does a girl turn into a phenomenal woman? When does a girl turn into a phenomenal woman?
Honestly, I think all females are born inherently phenomenal. I think it's just a matter of when a woman is able to tap into her power and tap into, gaining the confidence to inspire other people, find her purpose, and relentlessly pursue her purpose as well. So it's not necessarily about, waking up one day and suddenly becoming phenomenal. It's about just tapping into what was always there to begin with, but you might not necessarily have expressed it the way that you should have.
Thank you, V. Chella, you're the other one to answer this question. When does a girl become a phenomenal woman?
Tito Boy, it seems like building an empire. It is a long process because within you, you should feel what your purpose is. You should know what you want to do in life and who you want to inspire because personally, I have been through so much in my life, and a phenomenal woman is someone who uplifts other people, even though she is also struggling on her own. And she is someone who is determined, and the real definition of a queen is not just someone who influences people, but she knows definitely how to care for her people, and she knows definitely that other people, that humanity doesn't need us to be brilliant, but it only needs us to help. And in order for us to be phenomenal, we should be a woman who is of essence, who is of purpose, and who is worthy of emulation.
Grabe, naluluha ako. Parang makulog ang mga sagot niyo, ha? Now, for the next question, only Steffi and Sam will answer. The question is,
Okay.
what for you is the most important part of any beauty pageant? What for you is the most important part of a beauty pageant? Steffi, you're up first.
Okay, see, the most important part of a beauty pageant is everything. Being in the pageant is important because that's the chance for you what you have, what you got, your talent, and most importantly, the platform that you're sharing and be that sound of every voices. So for me, basically, everything is important, every factor of it in the competition, and I'm gladly to cherish that forever.
Okay, Sam, your turn.
Well, you know how they say that it's the journey that's more important than the destination. I think this is also true for pageantry because the most important part for me really is the hours that you pour into the transformation to become a phenomenal woman fit to wear the crown. All of the time that you've spent before preparing for the pageant really allows you to just give it your all when you're already there. So that's my answer.
All right. Now, this final question for our pageant round, all of you will answer this. A popular beauty
Okay.
queen who has made us proud internationally told me before that if you are entering pageantry, you make it worth all the time and effort by winning a good crown. What is your personal definition of a good crown? Let me repeat. A famous Filipino beauty queen once told me, I'm telling you who it is, Miss World 2013, Megan Yang told me, the friend. And in order to make your entry into pageantry worth all the time and effort, you need to win a good crown. The question is, what does a good crown mean to you? Be your up first.
To me, it's not necessarily the tangible aspect of the crown. For me, it's the intangible and the opportunity that comes with it. And, I know that coming into Miss Universe Philippines, there is only one crown, and it's a huge risk for all of us women to take, really. But I know that we'll reap the rewards regardless of whether or not we win. And at the end of the day, I know that despite there being only one crown, the opportunity and the platform that comes with that crown is incredible. And to be able to inspire other people and help other people in the way that we can through this platform is well worth the risk.
Alam mo, V, love na kita. Nakakatawa ka sa sagot. Loka ako sa'yo. Chella, your turn.
Joining Miss Universe Philippines is probably one of the biggest things I've ever done in my life. And Somehow for me, a good crown is the one that you deserve, a crown that you deserve. Because all of these beautiful women are competing. Everyone is beautiful, intellectual, brilliant in their own way. And it will only be your time if it is your time, if it is God willing. And for me, a good crown is the one that you work hard for, where you trained so much for. Because we in pageantry, you do the pasarela, we train for Q&As, we have so many sleepless nights, we meet so many people, and we enjoy the journey. And for me, a good crown is the one that people know that you deserve it.
Correct. All right. Hindi si Sa nakangiti lang yan, pero pareho kami naririnig na thunders niyan. Sam, your turn. Sam.
Learning already, Tito Norman. Oh my gosh. Sorry?
Your turn, Sam. What does a good crown mean to you?
For me, a good crown really allows me to serve a greater purpose. A good crown means that I will be able to inspire young Filipinos to dream. And a good crown really will allow me to pave the path for the new generation to realize that if you do enough hard work, if you put in the effort, if you put in the time, your dreams will become your reality.
All right. I can also hear your thunder, Sam. Steffi, your turn, Steffi.
Sa amin din, umuulan dito, Tito. We're not that strong. Okay, so what makes a good crown for me? For me, it's not really all about like winning all the time or gaining a lot of crowns, beauty pageants, because I want to touch lives, inspire people, and I know that through joining competitions like this, like along the way, I can help people even just in the smallest ways. And for me, that's a good crown for me.
But you win all the time, Steffi. You always win.
Just blessed, but hopefully, we don't know. Hopefully,
Alam mo, Sam,
I'll pray
mabuti
for
lang
that.
we're both in Paranaque. At least alam ko, I'm not the only one who's hearing all the thunders. You can also hear it. So at least we're not alone. Yeah. Now, we come to that part of the program where you will be well parting words to our viewers on what to expect from you from this point here on. Oh, the thunder is really rolling. Yeah. What people can expect from you in the coming weeks with Miss Universe Philippines? Ako kasi, I know your schedules na. But I think you will need to invite people to catch you on whatever will keep you busy in the coming weeks.
Okay.
And you can also share your social media accounts so that people can follow you, right? So, Chella, will start with you this time. You go first, Chella.
So, hi everyone. I am really excited now for the journey since we are now in the top 50 and hopefully I will make it to the top 30. Crossing my fingers for that, and hopefully you still support me in my journey. To all Misamis noons, supportahin ko ninyo. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here, and also I will really do my best. I will give my all. I promise you that I will not let you down, and I will give everything in my power. I'll do everything in my power to make this a win for you. And also, you can also follow me on my social media. It's I on IG. I am Chella Grace. I am Chella Falconer, and on Instagram, also on Facebook at Chella Grace Falconer. You can also follow my page, Miss Universe Philippines, Misamis Oriental. So thank you everyone. I love you all. Daghang salamat.
Thank you, Chell. Okay, let's go to you, Sam.
I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting this journey from the start. All of you are my rock. All of my ingredibles. We are making Laban Paranaque. I'm so excited to be in the top 50 and hopefully you guys will continue to support me until we get to the top 30. I think we have another challenge coming out. I'm not sure when, but that's something for you guys to look forward to. I hope that everybody stays safe right now, despite this weather. Hang in there, Parañaqueños. And if if you want to follow more in my journey, you can follow me at Santamaria on Instagram, or you can follow my fan accounts at Ingrid Universe on Instagram and Facebook.
Sam, nakakaloka lang. Diba, you have a rock stronger than anyone else because I'm from Paranaque. We're both from Paranaque. So I am also one of your rocks, right?
It's really the best. I'm
Nakakaloka.
so
Yeah.
filled with love and support.
Yes. Okay, Steffi, how about you?
Okay. Hi. So, Tito, I'm just really stoked and excited to share my advocacy, which is empowering small business owners. So, few days to come, I'll be posting more about my platform. So, do check out my social media, which is Steffi Rose Aberasturi, FB and Instagram. And also, I have TikTok. I don't really dance, but you can follow me there. So, I would like to grab this opportunity as well to thank everyone for all the love and support that you're showing me. So daghang salamat, and we made it to top 50. So also congratulations to the girls here. Congratulations, girls, for
Congrats
making
din,
top 50. So
Steffi.
yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for the love and support.
Ina-unmute ko pa palagi ang sarili ko because I don't want you to hear the Rolling Thunders. Baka mamaya kumanta na ako na parang si Adele dito. V, how about you, V?
First of all, like I said when I first joined the live, thank you so much. I'm so incredibly grateful for all the love and support and the kind messages that everyone's been sending me. Words can't explain, honestly, words cannot explain how overwhelmed and overjoyed and just grateful I am. So thank you so much. And I know that it might seem like I'm holding back a little bit on posting. I've been posting a lot of baby photos and throwbacks and stuff, but there are some very exciting things coming, things that have allowed me to express myself as a Filipina, as a Caviteña, and also as an architect. So I am incredibly excited to share those things with you. Like everyone else said, we have challenges coming up. And so please be sure to support us in that journey. Congratulations to everyone, not just the four of us, but all the other 46 of us that made it to the top 50. Thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone. And I am Victoria Velasquez Vincent on Instagram as well as Facebook. I don't think I have it. Oh, I do have TikTok, but I don't really use TikTok. If you want me to, I can try and make TikToks, but I don't think I'm going to be very good at it.
Thank you, V. And I really feel for Sam and myself because the thunders. Alam mo, Sam, talagang pareho tayo taga Paranaque. I can really hear the thunders. But anyways,
Deluso.
alam niyo, girls, I'm so excited for your next challenge because as part of the top 50, of course, you already
Mm-mm.
know that the next challenge, and it was also announced that it's going to be the virtual interviews. So you need to be really ready for that.
Yeah.
And I know more details, pero I am sworn to secrecy not to tell anything anymore. Because basta it's going to be an exciting challenge for all of you. Kaya um, let me repeat again what I said at the start of the program. When I was asked prior to this episode if I'm sure that all my guests made it to top 50, I said, yes, I'm very confident. All of them will make top 50. Even my guests for the next episode, they will all make it to top 50. That's how confident I am. Because when I see a beauty, I can tell if she is cut out to reach the top or not. Tingnan niyo naman sa mga guests natin, oh, di ba? Parang mga anak ko lang. Oh, tingnan mo.
Tito, I have a question.
Oh,
If ever
Yes,
one
what's
of
your...
us didn't make it to the top 50, would you have messaged us privately like, don't worry about coming this afternoon?
Alam mo, honest, I will give you an honest answer, Via. It never crossed my mind. I was,
Oh.
I was super confident that all of you will make top 50. Sure na ako doon.
Thank you for
Mm-mm.
the
And,
faith.
boy ha, ito pa yan ha. And one more thing, the fact that it was, I planned 2 episodes ahead, it also means that I didn't pick just 4 girls to sure ako for top 50. I picked 8 because there's another 4 who's lined up for next week. So that's confidence for you, for me, and for you. No, para bang make you feel good. Pag alam ko na pag ano,
Mhm.
tsaka My God. Baka sasakalin ako ng mga mamas sa the camp if I don't do that. Sasakalin ako ng mamas sa Aces and Queen. Sasakalin ako ng Tito Rod. Alam mo, nakakatuwa pa dito, all four of you, you represent three different camps. Steffi is with KF Cebu and KF, also
Yes,
with Tito
yes.
Rod. Sam and V are with the camp official, of course, with Mama John, with Mama Zico, with Mama Dudes, with Mama Chris's, yan. Mga close ko rin mga yan. I have to be close to all the camps, dapat. Kumbaga, I cannot play favorites. And of course, Chella is with the Aces and Queens, so I'm close to Jerry. I call him Jerry kasi we're almost the same age. Almost, but not quite. Almost, but not quite.
Not quite.
Not really, not really. Oh, medyo malayo-layo pa naman din. So, that is our episode for this afternoon. I'm so happy. Girls, I'm so happy because um finishing an episode in the middle of thunderstorm, Sam, it's not easy. It's never easy. You know? Kaya I'm just joking that, oh my God, there are men coming over. There are men. He's 6-footer because the thunders are really strong. But, maybe this is nature's gift to me because I've always been asking every day, oh, sana it rains so that it's cooler. Yun lang naman, para it's cooler. But I'm not asking for thunders naman. I'm just asking for some rain so that it's cooler because it's hard to have a siesta in the middle of the day if it's hot. Yun lang. So, thank you very much for keeping me this afternoon. Chella, of course.
Thank
Send my kind regards to
Yes.
Attorney Jeff. Send
I
my
will.
hug because
I think he's
Silvio
watching.
Benita. Yeah, Cindy O just arrived in Misordis
Yeah, a while
earlier.
ago.
Oh, yes.
It's her
And
homecoming day.
yes. And tomorrow flag raising ceremony niya. Sana hindi ulan. But
Mas
anyways,
alam mo, Tito Norman.
of course, you know me. Para ako ampun ako ng Misamis Oriental. And of course, siyempre si Sam, Diyos ko. Maria Ingrid, Teresita, Santamaria. Wait. Maria Ingrid, Teresita, Palangka, Santamaria. Tama, di ba?
Correct.
Oo. No, kasi your mom kasi is medyo low profile kasi yung mom mo. So, hindi ko na piniplay up masyado yun. Kasi po nakapaligiran talaga si Sana mga kilalang tao. Her lola, her auntie. Ang gwapo niyang daddy na si Joey Santa Maria. Alam mo, ulit ko yun, Sam, so that pag nagkaroon ng chance in the future na ma-meet ko siya in person in one of the events of MUPH, wala na. Kumbaga, relax na kami na parang, Sir Joey, have you always, I have to watch that episode where I always call you the guwapong daddy ni Sam. Oh, parang gano'n.
But I'm sure you guys would be good friends. My dad's
No, kasi, kasi sometimes, with age kasi comes the comfortability with, para bang, guwapo eh. Just tell the person guwapo. Kung maganda, sabi yung maganda. Ako kasi with girls, kasi, that's the reason why a lot of straight guys somehow love my company because I can always say straight to the girls, uy, ang ganda mo. Dapat mag-pageant ka. Kumbaga, I can easily tell. I warm up to girls very easily. Guys find it hard to do so. So I'm their weapon. But I don't make them use me as a weapon because I just don't.
so
Yeah.
funny, Norman.
Yeah. And also, thank you, Steffi, your very first interview.
Thank you.
Natutuwa
Thank
ako.
you so
Daghang
much.
salamat, Steffi. And when I go to Cebu,
Yes, daghang
let's
salamat.
do a vlog. But I want the vlog to be a focus on
Save the
food.
bridge po ba?
Kailangan focus tayo on food. You know how I love the chorizo de Cebu, the lechon of
Yes.
Mangricos, the different kinds of lechon de Cebu.
Yes, of
Yan,
course.
kaya dapat ganun. At kailangan magsama ka ng isang cute guy para naman nakaka-inspire yung bang may banter na mga jokes na ganyan. And,
Sige, Tito. I'll prepare that.
okay, and for V, oh my God, si V. Ewan ko, alam ko dun si V. Kumbaga parang, kasi now every time I look at you, I'm reminded of Clark Gayford talaga. And
Is that all you think about when you see me?
not really, because I love spear fishing. Kaya, and you love your heritage heritage preservationist. And I told you earlier that my dad used to do old church restoration. So, meron tayong common ground doon. A little common
Yeah, I'd love
ground
to see some
there.
of the work that your dad's done. That's really interesting.
Um, if my memory serves me right, one of his last projects was the Church of Miagao in Cebu, in Iloilo, in Iloilo. The,
Okay.
the, the, the Miagao Church in Iloilo. That's one of the last projects that he did. And that is our episode this afternoon. Abangan niyo pa po. These are just four of the phenomenal women of Miss Universe Philippines. Next week, another four will come. Kinakabahan na rin po sila. Pero, you know what's motivating them? They're part of the top 50. And they're ready for the challenge this week. And who knows? Ano ba who knows? Bakit who knows? Top 30, next target. Top 30. Oh, alam mo Sam, parang hindi ka na ganyan. Ang cute-cute mo. Ang cute.
Tito Norman.
Whenever you give that very wide smile, pagbitin ng smile mo, yun, hindi ko gusto. Gusto ko yung tayong full-on smile mo. Ay, hindi naman ganyan. Hindi naman toothy smile.
Your smile pala. No, just
Yung ano lang, yung parang ginawa mong, gawin mo nga yung smile mo doon sa casting video challenge. Yung smile mo doon na, sabi ko, ano ba yan? Talagang ano, parang magmamodel siya. Oo, parang siyang kumikilos na. And si Steffi, alam mo naman, yan ang gandang hindi na kayang ipaliwanag. Paliwanag ko ba naman?
Wow, grabe naman.
Oo, parang ako lang nakatingin sa
Thank
salamin.
you.
Kay Steffi. Oh, yun. And si Chella, si Chella, Diyos ko, sa cleavage pa lang talo. Ayun na, naputol na po ang connection ni Chella because
Nawala na.
of ito think kami ni Sam ang merong kulong dito. Everything, no? Huwag muna kayo lumabas because mag-picture taking lang tayo. Baka pumasok ulit yung Chella. We'll just do a picture taking. And, nagpapasend love sa inyo si Mama Zico, V, and Sam.
Hi,
Pati
Mama Z. Miss you.
And nag-message sa akin si Tito Rod, Steffi. Shout out ka daw kay Tito Rod. Oo. So, yun po ang aming episode this afternoon. Stay safe, everyone. Hindi po, alam niyo po, natapos lang ng ECQ. Now it's MECQ. Honestly, I don't see the difference at all with ECQ and MECQ. Please still keep safe pa rin. Wala talagang difference ng ECQ and MECQ. The only difference, I think, is wala ka ng quarantine pass na ipapakita sa guards. But other than that, it's still the same. So mag-ingat po tayo. Always wear your mask. Oh my God, the thunders in Merville are stronger, Sam. My God, I feel so connected with you right now because of the thunders.
It's so funny. I can really hear the cars alarming. I think it's the neighbors' cars.
Oh yes, because all your cars are so expensive that their alarms don't just go off at the slightest sound of thunder. Yeah.
Sorry,
Ayun,
Tito
bumalik na si
Norman.
Chella. Ayan, nakipagkita lang po si Chella sa boyfriend niyan. Kinalabit
Wala, hindi na wala. My phone. Akala ko na-charge ko. Sorry.
Ay, naku, yun po kasi nakikigamit yung boyfriend niya ng phone. Siya lang po ang may
Grabe ka,
love
Tito
life
Norman, ha?
ngayon dito. Yan po. And ito lang final word ko. If one of you four wins Miss Universe Philippines, tax-free shopping sa Eilat, Israel, ha? Okay? Huwag niyo
Don't
naman ako
forget to
tipirin sa
pasalubong.
ref magnet naman po, ha? Ref magnet lang naman. Pero please don't get the cheapest ref magnet naman. Tax-free naman doon. Kaya, if one of you wins Miss Universe Philippines, masaya na po ako sa ref magnet. Okay. Alam niyo ba kung paano pumunta ng Eilat, Israel, ladies? Do you know? Have you already researched on it? No.
Not yet.
Because it's not very easy because you need to fly from Manila to say Dubai, and to Dubai you fly to Tel Aviv, and then from Tel Aviv it's hard to catch that 1 hour flight going to Eilat. So you need a 3 to 4 hour bus ride going to Eilat from Tel Aviv before you reach Eilat. So it's really a journey, but it's an exciting journey because of the end of the journey. Guess who will be waiting for you standing at the end of the journey? Guess. You don't know? Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman will be waiting for you at the end of the journey.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Totoo ba
Anyway,
yan, Tita Norma?
That would
Di
be
naman.
exciting if it's true.
except for the Gal Gadot part, everything else is true.
Aw,
Except for the Gal Gadot part, which
na-excite
means
ako.
that it's not, oy, hindi mura ang pamasahe going to Eilat, Israel, no? It's not cheap. Economy pa nga yung sinasabi ko, ang mahal-mahal na. Paano mo pag, ay kayo na, pag naging Miss Universe Philippines kayo, ma-upgrade kayo to business class automatically. Kasi pala magiging sponsor nyo ng flight. So, magmamanila Dubai kayo, tapos Dubai hanggang Tel Aviv. Tapos Tel Aviv, pakaisahin kayo sa local flight na to Eilat para 1 hour lang. Dating na kayo, mag-check-in na kayo dun sa resort city of Eilat. Pag nanalo kayo ng Miss Universe Philippines. So, ang tanong ko lang sa inyo, can you please answer in synchrony? Will you win Miss Universe Philippines? Will you win Miss Universe Philippines?
1, 2,
2,
3, go!
3.
Yes.
Yes! I was about to
Sure.
say, of course, yes.
Come on. Kailangan
Can we
yan.
split the crown 4 ways? Is that
Dapat
an
No,
option?
Tita Nai.
You
You
need to claim it.
Ano
You need
ang
to
sasabihin mo?
claim it. You need to claim it because that's how you know. That's how you condition your mind that you're going to win.
That's true.
Now, again, let me remind you, Sam, the thunders in your place in Merville are far more strong than mine. Now they have
Yes, they
medyo soft, mellow na yung thunder sa akin dito because the thunders have turned into hunks and the hunks are now in their speedos. So it's relatively more laid back for me right now.
More
Ladies,
love affairs coming.
I don't know with affairs, with the love part, affairs possibly. I'm not sure about the love part. Me, I don't fall in love easily, so I'll remove the love part, the affairs. Yeah, so I'm very choosy. I'm very
Hard to guess ka pala,
choosy.
Tito. Hard to guess.
Oo, ganun talaga. Ay, alam mo naman ako. Alam mo naman ako, Steffi, ang impression ko kasi pag mga Cebuano na gwapo, ay naku, high maintenance sila, ang hirap-hirap. Kasi, alam niyo ba sa Cebu, ang dami-dami po dyan mga pocket arcades all over Cebu na may mga bagong restaurants, may ano na parang, oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God,
true. Oo.
how can a Cebuano save their money if they have so many places to hang out every night? Kami dito sa
Oo
Paranaque,
nga.
dati meron nag-pandemic, konti na lang Dito sa BF nga, dami nang nagsara So, what can I do? Sa Misor, I'm safe na ako sa Misor kasi pag naroon, alaga ako ng Attorney Jeffrey. So, okay na ako. I don't know, in New Zealand, maybe V can bring me there and introduce me to Prime Minister Jacinda and Clark Gayford.
You know, they're not officially married yet, I don't think. So just still
Yes.
fun.
They're not officially married, but I love it when they do spear fishing. Tanatanong ng director ko, Sam, saan kayo sa Merville, Sam? Somewhere in, somewhere. No, don't. Somewhere, sa loob pa, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Sa group chat mo lang sabihin, no, don't say it pala here. Oo, baka mamaya yung mangliligaw mo pumunta dyan. My God.
Ay, nako.
Ayoko. Ay, nako.
Mga fans
I
ni
look-
Sam, pupunta.
I look forward to the day that you will formally introduce me to your dad. I look forward to the day. Siguro magbablush ako. Magbablush ako for sure. Oh my God.
And some, chicken oil on your shoulders.
Wait, ba't naman chicken oil from inasal yan Nakakaloka naman yan. Hindi ba pwede extra virgin olive oil man lang?
Chicken oil from Mang
Nakakal-
Inasal.
Ay, nakakaloka. Mag-aamoy ano ko. Oo. Okay, ganun na. Sabi na ng director ko, ang dal-dal-dal-dal ko daw. Ladies, kasi I'm looking at the timer. It has to be 1 hour 30 minutes. Ladies,
Yeah.
let's give everyone a big flying kiss, please. Sabay-sabay tayo. Big flying kiss. Ay,
Hindi
Diyos
sabay.
ko. Talagang hindi nagpa-pageant itong iba dito. Yung flying kiss. Oh my God, yung flying kiss nila, parang hindi flying kiss. Parang electrified kiss. Parang, okay, girls, again, maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you po for joining us this afternoon and watch out for our episode 3 next week for part 2 of the series Inspire You and Me. Good, stay safe, everyone. Have a nice dinner tonight. I know I'll have a nice dinner because my ulam for tonight is my favorite. I'll be having spam for dinner. Yun lang. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everyone. Let's wave
Bye.
bye-bye to everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you. Thank you for joining us.